Super live, super live, super duper live, super live from Las Vegas, Nevada. What's good? What's good? It is 5:40 p.m. We are almost 14 hours into LALV26 relay. More than 100 teams from around the world running from Los Angeles to Las Vegas. As you can see behind me, dusk is approaching, which means nighttime in the desert is approaching, which means those scary segments, those scary miles are also approaching. We're gonna see if we can check in with a couple folks who have been on the ground to see what they know about the front of the pack from our relay teams, our OG relay teams, our women's relay teams. And in just a second, we're gonna see if Peter Bromka can join us. But before we get to that, I do want to share one quick update. We're gonna work on a full solo leaderboard update maybe for our next Super Live. But right now, what I do know is that Gregory Willis has finished. He is our 7th solo runner overall, 1:08:19. Give it up, give it up. Maybe we can do a green room cam. Green room cam, we got Ant in the building. And Dot, give it up for Dot. We got Ant in the building. Ant has been at the solo finish line, talking to solo athletes. So Ant's gonna come over in a minute, tell us a little bit about what he's seen. I think you caught up with Gregory, Sergio, Lupe, everybody. If you're running to Vegas, you're gonna talk to Ant. So we're gonna talk to Ant, see what happened. But before we get to that, Peter Bromka is out on the route following our relay teams, and he took that route that goes towards Rancho Cucamonga, towards San Bernardino, and then cuts up parallel to I-15. He has been reporting back to us what he's seeing at the front of the pack. He's mentioned that Portland Bureau of Running, PBR, that Stella, a women's team, that Daddy Bratty Stallions, Paramount, Eat Dust have been the 5 teams in the mix at the front of the pack so far. So we're gonna see if we can get Peter in. He is in Barstow, California, which is about 1/3 of the way, maybe a little farther than 1/3 of the way to Vegas. And so he's there. Right after Barstow is where Powerline Road picks up. Right after Barstow, there's a little community called Yermo, and the trailhead to Powerline Road is right there. And then teams can get on Powerline there. There are 3 segments of Powerline, but that's the first one, and it is super intense. And so I think Peter's right there, trying to catch teams as they finish up that first third of their route and get on Powerline. Maybe a little further than that, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, because if we are 13 hours in, this is nearing the halfway point for anybody who's actually chasing the record. So this is the solo record. We're gonna make a team record. Also, this is our clock. Clock is whip. The clock is work in progress. Give it up for the clock, everybody. Do you know what? Do you know what's really great? It is 13:42:38 into the race. The clock is right. Is your perspective correct? That's what you need to be thinking about. Any luck on getting Peter in?
Yes.
Yeah, he's here. Peter's in.
Am I here?
I think he's in. He's at a train museum. I'm gonna come over to our special guest interview seat. No expenses spared when it comes to Super Live. Peter, tell me where you're at. Tell me what's happening.
I am so excited to be here because we have had a wonderful thing down the top teams. We've been yo-yoing back and from the lead team, the second team, the third team. We have our women's team, Stella, and they are crushing. They are on pace to break the women's record by a couple hours, but
Wow.
they still have many hours to run. But we are out here in Barstow because we have a test. So I get way too much to having this sort of accidentally broken in 2019. Can you hear me?
I can. You're a little choppy, but I got you.
Okay. The only reason the map existed is because of this man, Zach Lambert.
Zach Lambert.
Here with us today. And
What's up, Scotty?
Hey, Zach. Nice to see you as always.
Good to see you as well.
what year did you make that map?
I don't remember.
We don't remember what.
13 something?
How do you feel when I feel a certain way when newcomers refer to Speed Project as, like maybe a 285, 290 mile race, and I'm like, oh, gone are the days of 340.
340, 350, 360, something like that, yeah.
Oh, it's like but a sprint now. A very rugged.
Is anybody doing the OG route this year?
Yes.
We have
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I mean, the original route was designed for an RV. That's why it was so long, and we didn't, where we turned a left or a right, and it was super crazy or dirt or an RV couldn't make it, we decided not to do that because we wanted people to come out here and race and not have to have multiple vehicles or have to have support vehicles. And so I still love that original spirit, but in the spirit of no rules, it's also super cool to see teams doing different routes, getting stuck sometimes maybe for some people. But
Yeah, Zach, I was going to jump in. I was going to jump in and just share that I think the OG route still really holds such a special place in the lore of this race experience. And the solo athletes who are taking the OG route are messaging me back and saying, we are the people who are taking the OG route. We are keeping it alive. You need to denote that on the leaderboard that we are part of the 340 mile club because it holds a special significance in the race experience. And talking to a few teams at HQ, I know they also are thinking that. And so the work that you did more than a decade ago is still the template for so many people and wanting to tap into that early spirit that you all created.
Yeah, it's awesome people carrying the torch, and that's a bit I don't know if it's spiritual, but it's cool to follow in Niels' footsteps where he kind of laid down this event, and to follow in what he did, I think is really special, and it's awesome to see people doing it.
And if you haven't run through Death Valley, absolutely should at some point.
It's true.
It's just
Before Zach goes, I wanted to ask really quickly, Zach, can you talk about the team that you're out with this year?
In Venice Beach, California, called Luft. I own it with my wife, Kristen, and our friend Cody. We've got a couple new partners coming in, so it's evolving and becoming an even better spot for cyclists and runners in LA. We have partnered with Hoka this year, which is a brand we're going to be mostly to bring some of our local community out here. So thank you to Hoka for supporting us and getting our team involved in TSP this year.
Yeah, appreciate that. Appreciate that for sure. Zach, super good to talk to you. Peter, I do have one more question for you before we wrap. Peter, can you give us, I know there's been a lot of back and forth. Can you give us a rundown of what you see as the top 5, 6, 7 teams that you're tracking out there?
Yes. So, like we suspected, Portland Bureau of Runners, PBR, they took their third place last year personally. They came out and they felt like they, but for a few mistakes, could have won. And so, rumor has it they came out last weekend and drove the entire route, and they are absolutely running the course not only correctly but with a vengeance. They are just attacking segment. So they are running with confidence. Unless they get disturbed, they are likely going to victory. We will see though, because Dust they call themselves a group of upstart, naive, ragtag bunch of kids, and they are trying things. They told me they have some shortcuts up their sleeve. They're gonna throw down on power line. I don't know. They're fired up, and they know they have to lose to risk trying to go for the win over the next 12 hours. So that's very exciting. Shout out to Koreatown, Koreatown Run Club. They have
Paramount.
a team that's just. So they got
Paramount.
Oh, sorry, Paramount, but also and Koreatown. Both of them are out here doing quite well. And Paramount is in a little bit back from Dust, but they are executing quite efficiently. They all look very strong. They just look in their element. I don't know. We were tracking some of their runners, and we chopped up a reel for the account, and they're just like a bunch of beautiful who are executing with confidence. So I'm excited to see what they put next 12 hours. Daddy Bratty has one team member, a bicyclist, a crew member of the hospital. It might not be the most fine-tuned Daddy Bratty performance I've seen, but they're still right in the mix, and they can never be counted because they have many available. Just know this place inside and out. I mean, they were telling Scotty, they were telling me about like a path on the mile that's out in the desert. I'm just like, they are at a point where they're working on the minutia of this map to a degree that blows me away. And then I'm very, very stoked about the women's team going for the women's record. They just have a bunch of crushers. One of their athletes did, she said, the team training for an ultra, so I want to do 2 18-mile legs.
Wow.
She threw down an 18-mile leg at 6:30 pace, apparently. And recovering right now. So just a bunch of focused athletes who, are looked at. They are in true TSP spirit, that they're in conversation with the current women's team out of Twin Cities. And those women apparently have told them, you better go for it. We want to see someone take down our record. It's been too long. So I love that spirit. And yeah, it's just been super fun to be out here. There's a lot of new athletes, but they're building on knowledge from certain members of their team, and those team members have been building on map knowledge and sort of handoff knowledge. So we're seeing teams of 3 off to each other, teams of 6 all rotating, teams of 2, all sorts of styles. Really, what gives the athletes confidence.
That's excellent, Peter. This is such great insight. I'm so thankful that you're out there following this part of the race and also bringing your knowledge and experience as a runner who's run this, as a high-performing athlete, as a coach. And so we're able to get deeper into the planning, the strategy, the performance that's needed. So I just want to say thank you for what you're doing, and love to have you come on as much as we can catch you before you get deep into the depths of Powerline.
Yes, we will. Again, I just say, these things leave a scar on your soul. I came out here to see this place again, because this is where one of our teams got stuck years ago, and I've been here many years. So you don't forget it.
I'm sure. Well, enjoy the revisitation. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll talk to you soon. Excellent. Thanks again, Peter. Peter and Christian are out there on Powerline. And yeah, surprise, we had an interview within an interview, which is a rare thing that you only get when you tune in SUPERLIVE. Zach Lambert was who joined, and he designed the original map when Nils and 5 friends decided to run from LA to Vegas for the first time. So nice special guest to come on. And yeah, I love, so to recap, and also it was a little choppy there, but Peter said that Portland Bureau of Runners, who came in 3rd last year, has a steady margin at the top. Stella, an all-women's team, is right there in the mix, is on pace to break the women's record. It's been that kind of year so far. We'll see what we can find. Eat Dust, he said, is a group of young ragtag runners that have a certain attitude about them. They're out there in the mix. Paramount and KRC have a team. And then Daddy Braddy's is still there. They're the current record holders. A little bit different makeup of that team, but they're still there. So that's a good look at the relay. I mentioned that we do have a special guest here that I want to bring over, the one, the only, one of one, Mr. Cool Ant himself, Ant Williams. Give it up. What's good, Ant?
Well, I'm good.
Good to see you, man. You good?
I'm feeling amazing.
Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Ant, so nice to see you.
Bro,
So great to be back in the mix.
Yes. I'm loving it. This is an amazing year for TSP.
So I agree. Biggest field ever. Obviously, some incredible performances.
Yes.
Getting knocked down.
Yeah.
You've been staked out at the finish line since Wednesday.
Yes.
Past couple of days. Tell me a little bit about what
almost
you've seen.
sleeping there, man. That's why my shoes so red. You know this red. You know you've been at the Vegas sign.
You're the color
man.
of the Vegas sign. You got the green and the sand.
I tried. But I'll tell you this, like Scotty, it's amazing. Number one, TSP is it's a mystery, right? You got some runners that get to that last under 20 miles and they can speed up, and you got some that's like, all right, I'm this close, let me just rest right now, right? Yeah. So you don't know what to expect, but the energy when they get to the sign, it's nostalgic for me to see. Last year I was really part of the relay, and I got to see a lot of the relay finishes, and now that I'm in it with the solos, it's I don't know what they're seeing on that journey, but it's I almost want parts of that, right? Yeah. What they experience, and when they get to the sign, most of them just don't even want to be bothered. They don't want to be around their team. They just stand there, and it's just I finally, especially like someone like Sergio, right? Like his first time running in the States. He's the first Spaniard to run LALV, and just seeing him get there, and it's like for me, man, it's just been beautiful. So I say the energy at the finish line, you got to get there to see it.
Yeah.
You got to get there to see
We
it,
gotta
to
take
feel
the team.
it.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure. You touched on a couple things that I want to just highlight.
Yes.
Imo and Sergio, both big deal athletes, runners,
Very much.
where they come from.
Very
like,
much,
Like
yeah.
they're well known, they're well supported, they've done incredible things.
Yeah.
Both of their first times in the States. And then you mentioned in that you were, for the most part, following the relay last year.
Yeah.
You're in the mix with the solo. We've been talking a lot this year about how the dynamic is so different and
Amen.
what the experience offers is so different. Like
Yeah.
solo, you're out there for 3, 4, 5 days by yourself.
Yes.
Running
Yes.
hundreds of miles.
That's what Gregory was saying.
Right, and
yeah.
and it feels like it's potentially it's a trek of self-discovery.
Yep.
Whereas relay, it's like you want to get on a team, you want to rip, you want to
fast.
it's like camaraderie
Yeah.
and
Yep.
and just wondering talk a little bit more about the differences that you've seen last year with the relay and this year with the solo.
Yeah. So all of it requires teamwork, right?
Yeah.
Like even from speaking to the solos, they'll tell you like I wouldn't have got through it if it wasn't for my crew, right? The only difference I would say is they get to experience this whole 300-mile journey.
Yeah.
So they go through all the feels, all the emotions. It's not like they skipping a step or missing a step or anything as such, right? And the difference is like the relay is more fast paced. It's like, hey, do your miles, get in, get out, let's make it happen. But more so the solo, I would say, is more of you realize like it's self-realization in a way. And I'm saying this based off of like what the runners have told me, right? Yeah. It's like you have this like come to self where you're like, yo, all right, maybe I didn't want to think like this, or I didn't know how I react when I get tired, or even down to BL. It's like you see these guys or these people that's like so humble, right, and just like so chill, but then you talk to them about their journey, and it's like, as great as we think they are, they find out more greatness about themselves on that journey.
Yeah.
Right, and that's probably the best way I can put it.
Yeah. Love that.
Burp. I
Slaps in the room,
I know
for
I
sure.
said something good when Scotty hit that.
Hey,
so
come
yeah,
on.
yeah.
You dropped nothing but gems for
Come
sure.
on now.
Can you touch on this a little bit? I'd love to hear anything else that you've heard. So far we've had 7 solo
Yes.
runners finish: BL, Imo, Andrew, Johnny, Lupe, Sergio, Gregory. Anything else that you've heard that resonated with you or that just struck you in a moment?
Yeah, I'll tell you, bro. I was just talking to Gregory and his team. Shout out to Gregory. Gregory crew, something happened last minute, right? He made a LinkedIn post and said, I am looking for pacers.
Wow.
Found one pacer. That one pacer hit up his dad and said, Dad, can you drive the car? He said, yes. The pacer also asked his friend, hey, I got a friend training for an Ironman. Would you want to come and join us? The friend said yes. So they have Gregory team, first time meeting was here.
Wow, incredible. And
Was
his
he?
performance.
Come on, man.
7th overall, never run this kind of distance before, has been TSP, never run solo before.
Yeah, so it struck me to and what I'll say like that story did for me, it was more like one of those like testaments to where if you want to do it, you're going to make it happen.
Yeah.
Like even if you got to rely on complete strangers.
Yeah. I mean, it is that old adage of like it takes a village.
That's
and
it.
every solo runner, I mean, we have a couple folks that
Yes.
are running crewless or solo unsupported.
Yep.
And maybe they also feel the support of people around them who help them get to
Yep.
the start line.
I've been seeing that.
But everybody says it's called solo, but this is a team sport. I could
Right.
not do this without.
I'm gonna tell you a beautiful moment that just happened. Dot and I was at the line. Sergio came through, and he was like, "How far is the next person back?" I was like, 6 miles, Sergio. He was like, "We're gonna wait." He took his
Love
shoes
that.
off,
Man, I love
took his
that.
socks off,
Yeah.
posted up by the sign. Sergio laid back, him and his crew, and like they waited, right?
Yeah.
Gregory rolled in. We had this like 6-7 moment, right? 'Cause it was like 6 and 7 was together at a point,
yeah.
right? But it was just so cool to see, like you said, to your point, they were solo runners. Sergio finished first, but he still in his heart was like, bro, I have to watch this man come through and touch this sign.
Yeah.
And literally waited with us, sat there, waited with us, chilled with us, man.
That's the other
Man.
thing we've been talking about is like it's called a race.
Yep.
Like we just got off with Peter, who's talking about, these teams are running at breakneck speeds. They're pushing themselves. They have come out weeks or months in advance to scout the route. They're
Yeah.
like any competitive edge that they can have to win or try to break the record. Like they're putting all of that energy there. And also, man, I am so confident then when people get to the sign and they find somebody they were going head to head with, or they recognize
Yep.
somebody else who just went through the thing that they went through,
Yep.
it's all love,
It's a different
right?
feeling.
It's like there's
It's a different
no
reaction.
bad energy
Yep.
at all with the participants, and I think that's a really special thing
Yes.
about this race experience.
Yes, 100%. Even down to us seeing like the cameramen at the Vegas sign now acknowledging the race, right? Like earlier today, the
can you
camera
talk
guy.
about this? Talk about this,
Bro,
yeah.
this was beautiful, everybody. Listen to this, okay? We had a camera guy literally tell the people in the line, hey, there's a race going on. These people just came from Los Angeles. I need all y'all to move over.
Yeah.
And that was completely different
Never
last
happened,
year,
yeah.
right? We
Very
even had the
different
one
energy.
guy, he came in when Lupe finished, right? One of the cameramen came and took a shot with us,
Yeah.
right? And it's like, so you're starting to see like TSP affecting so much more. And if you look at my Instagram, and I'll upload some videos as well on the TSP page, but you have strangers that when we say like, hey guys, there's people running from LA to Vegas, they're about to be here in 3 minutes. They're clapping, cheering, so many pictures being taken. So it feels so good to see the runners getting the love from complete strangers that they deserve.
Yeah.
Right? It's like, bro, you just do one of the hardest things in life, and you inspiring people that literally just learned about this a few seconds ago.
Yeah.
Right? So I'm happy to see that. I feel like it's starting to come together. I feel like this is my personal thought. I feel like Vegas is being a lot more acceptive of TSP, and TSP is growing in a way to where like it get better next year.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah.
I love that. I hope that's true. If that's true, Rio Hotel, maybe you want to upgrade your Wi-Fi situation. Just saying, I don't know.
100,
But you know,
I
but I don't know.
agree to that one. That's
You don't
coming.
have
That's
to,
coming
you know
soon.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
We
But
all gotta
one
leave a
step at
Google
time,
review.
one step at a
Yeah.
time. Man, thank you for being here. Also, thank you for holding it down at the finish.
Yes.
We love to, obviously we're folding in your content as we see it
Yeah.
into these super lives so that people can see it, and then we can also go live with you when you're there.
Yeah.
Anytime you're here, like come back through and
Be happy to.
and report. I mean, I think these stories, these things that you're telling us, we can have people, filming things at the finish, but it's not the same human to human conversation that you're
100%,
taking in and then passing back to us.
100%,
So I appreciate
man.
you.
100%. Thank you.
Yeah, always, man.
Yes, sir.
So glad you're here. All right, y'all. Oh, we got Kevin.
Oh.
Perfect. Okay, Kevin. Excellent. Thank you, man. One more time for Ant. Kevin is in. Okay, everybody. So listen, I got to talk about Kevin in a minute. Is Kevin live?
Am I live? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Great. So I can barely hear you because, and you're just seeing the top of my head because I have to hold this really close to my face to be able to hear you. Because I'm out in the middle of the desert. Right. This just looks like the desert.
Yeah.
Right. Just out here. But wait, what's this? What's making all this noise? Is that a dance floor with a
Is it Adelanto
DJ?
Beach Club?
A drum set? And then what do we have over here? We have a whole Airstream trailer. Are you getting this, guys? Are you getting this?
It's the MTPS Outpost, the aforementioned. Love to see it. Kevin, what's inside?
If you walk in here, you're greeted by mail and a typewriter down here in the back, where you can write notes to your friends and family. This is live. We're live. We're super live. We're super live.
Gabby Kelly, everybody. Give it up for Gabby. Hands for Gabby.
Where you can come and spend some time with your own thoughts and share them. So that's what we're doing. Oh, and hang on, that's not all. And I might lose Wi-Fi connection if I go this far. But we have the mobile portrait gallery in this U-Haul over here. I'm not going to get too close because I'm going to lose Wi-Fi. But
I
inside,
didn't even know. That's so wonderful.
wonderful photos of runners and landscape that two wonderful photographers have been taking, not only taking them on film, but spending nights in the desert developing them in the back of the U-Haul.
Kevin,
I think
thank you for this tour. You can tell Kevin's an audio guy because his camera is secondary to the information, and I appreciate it.
so hard, you know?
It is.
I have to
Kevin,
hold it up to my ear.
so tell you what, Kevin, take 15 seconds and just give us a little panoramic view of what's happening. Immerse us in it.
Is that better? Is that a
That's
better view?
nice. Yeah, show us.
Okay. There we go.
Give us the vibes and the music, the hospitality. Love it.
I'm gonna
The
go-
outpost.
Super live, Niels. We're super live.
There we are.
So here you go. Here's the panoramic view.
Thank you.
The one here, the
Adelante Beach
Joshua
Club.
Tree here. I'm here.
Excellent.
And yeah, people are partying while they wait for their runners to come up and do handoffs and keep the race going.
Keep the race going. It's a necessary pit stop. Kevin, thank you so much for joining us for this tour. Appreciate you.
Sure.
Producer Kevin, everybody. Kevin is responsible for our On the Hour, Every Hour episodes dating back to last year. He produced all of the On the Hours for LALV, Chamonix, and Atacama. He also helped us build the audio recording booth in the MDPS Outpost and worked on a few other little pieces for our solo athletes. And he's the creator of Desert Pirate Radio 87.7 that you can catch in your RV at select locations across the race route. So give it up for Kevin. Thank you so much. And again, Kevin is an audio producer, which is why the camera was pointed to the sky most of the time. But we thank you for the visual there. Okay, this has been a packed episode. Again, a lot of wonderful, breaking news? Kind of. But thank you to Peter for joining. I think just super valuable to have him out there with his knowledge of this race, with his knowledge of running, following those lead teams. We're going to continue to check in with him. And on the other end of it, Ant being in here with the solo runners at the finish. Love having that coverage from everybody, so thank you. Night is coming, everybody. So we're going to wrap this one. We're going to be back with another Super Live, maybe around sunset. I'm going to aim to do a relay leaderboard for you so you can really get a fuller picture. We've been talking a lot about the top 5 teams. We're going to give a broader picture there. And yeah, keep it tuned here. We're going to be super live for super long. So stay super tuned, and we'll super see you later. This feels like a high school teen movie. Anyway, bye, y'all. See you soon.